In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, to whom we all have to turn back. Honorable listeners and respectable audience, you know that we have started a series of linguistics. In linguistics, we have commenced the chapter that is known as neurolinguistics. Neurolinguistics is the study of the relationship between brain and language. Listeners and audience, today I'm going to teach you autism spectrum disorder. What is meant by autism spectrum disorder? What are the causes of autism spectrum disorder? And what are the symbols and symptoms of this disorder? And how does it affect language comprehension and language processing? Listeners and audience, autism spectrum disorder is neurodevelopmental disorder which affect language learning and language processing due to many ways. Like for example, the first symptom of this disorder is language delay. But remember, this type of disorder is from childhood until adulthood and even remains in the adulthood. Language delay means normally you see a child whenever he or she is in the age of 2 or 3 is able to speak and understand. But this child related to it means a child with this kind of disorder, he will be delaying in learning as well as in speaking. A child of 5 years related to this type of disorder will be like the child of 1 or 2 years. And even the delaying will be in syntax, semantics, even in the sentence structure. Secondly, there is another symptom of this disorder, that is echolalia. Echolalia means there will be repetitive words in his communications. Even whatever he is going to say, that will be repeated again and again, and that will be without context. And when we are talking about comprehension, some words will be difficult for him, some things and sentences, particularly when we are talking about a figurative language. For example, idioms, sarcasm, irony, etc. There will be difficulties for him in order to understand such uh, imagery. And he will be having problem in sensory processing difficulties as compared to other children. Now, the question arises, what are the causes of this kind of disorder? One is hereditary. Hereditary here means there may be due to their genetic link, talking about the parents. So that's why autism takes place. Secondly, alcohol. At the time of pregnancy, for example, if the parents, particularly the mother, if she drinks a lot of alcohol, so this can be one of the main reasons of autism as well. Another reason is when old parents they give birth to a child, so autism may occur. However, there is another reason as well, that is cousin marriage. Listeners and audience, remember that the symptoms you see, particularly the causes, still they are under studies and scientific research are still going on this process. Although these have been visible, but still research has been continued. When we are talking about cousin marriage, remember that in Islam, cousin marriage is allowed. And even Hazrat Fatma Razilullah Ta'ala anha and Hazrat Ali Razilullah Ta'ala anhu married as a closest and nearest relatives. However, Islam encourages marriages outside. Even scientific perspectives has also proved that closest narratives, particularly closest relatives, their marriages can produce and can cause a lot of disorders and disease, particularly a weak child, disabilities, and many other neurological problems related to brain, for example, weak memory, etc. There is one perspective which has not been scientifically proved, but this is called psychological perspective. According to psychological perspective, those cousins who lived, for example, in one family, for example, in one house, definitely when they married, they will not have strong feelings as compared to who married outside. So this is one reason of the weak child. However, this psychological perspective has not been proved scientifically. Whenever we are talking about from a religious perspective, there is one narration that is from the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and it has been quoted by Imam Ghazali Rahmatullah alayhi in his book known as Ahya ul-Ulum. That is volume number 5, page number 190 to 191. That the Holy Prophet ﷺ says, do not marry a near relative as it results in a defective or a weak child that is born. Similarly, other scholars like Imam Shafi Rahmatullah alayhi and Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal Rahmatullah alayhi, they also discourage cousin marriage. Even today's science is also talking about cousin marriage, that more cousin marriages or nearest relatives marriages can cause autism and so many other diseases like weak child, brain weaknesses, and disabilities. And what does science say according to this? For example, science say that first cousin marriage, if it happens, so they share 12.5% genes that are common. So in 100% there is a chance of 3 to 4% disabilities of a child. In 100% there is a chance of 3 to 4% of the disability of a child. However, if at a second cousin marriage, then it would be, for example, 3%. It means from 12.5, so then it share only three common, yes, three common genes. It means 3%. And there will be very low chance of disabilities or any other disease. So I'm sure that now you know about autism and its disorder, or autism spectrum disorder and its causes and symptoms. Thank you.